Hello and welcome back to another episode of Maple Leaf Reviews. I am Jacob.
I am Jeffrey.
And this is my top 5 games of all time 2016 edition. Are you ready?
Are you ready for...
Are you ready? Jeff?
To be let down.
Get out of my face.
If you want to see 25 great games, go check out my list.
I was going to say, go check out like Secret Balls list or something like that.
Yeah, you could do that as well.
Yeah. Just skip Jeffries. Go to someone like who's actually been in the industry for a long enough time.
Get on my face.
Okay, so let's just get into it, shall we? Or
let's go in.
Points wise, right?
Jacob is at 27.
Right.
Because we recorded my top 5 first.
Right. So that's my final score, 27 out of 50.
And currently I'm at 19. If you don't know what we're talking about, you probably haven't watched any of our previous videos and you've skipped right to this one.
Which, good for you.
Go check out our intro video.
Yeah.
We're doing like a little mini competition to see who knows the other person the best by trying to guess each other's games on the list. We also talk about how we came up with our lists.
Yeah. And at this point, if Jeffrey gets all 5 of these correct,
I win.
Then he wins, and he knows me better, which I wouldn't have guessed.
I know. I would have guessed the opposite.
Yeah. Apparently, I'm just a noob at this. All right. So number 5 is a game that Jeffrey's already mentioned. It is a game we have talked about at nauseam.
Ad nauseum, even.
Yes, that word. And it's Time Stories. Time Stories is it's such a spectacular game. It is so much fun. It's like nothing else that's out there on the market, really. Every expansion that comes out is a new adventure. Yeah. It's an experience. Yeah. And it's a great one. I've played this game, we've played it 11 times now, and it needs to be up here in the top 5. Yeah. Because it is a great game.
I did not have this one in your top 5. I had it on the list as number 8.
Really?
But
number 8, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know. I just figured your top 5 were different games.
Interesting. Oh, plot twist.
Yeah, everything he said, I mean, it's my... Well, I'm not going to spoil anything. It's on my list.
Yeah. But, yeah, it has to be. It's such a great game. Moving on to my number 4. Number 4, it's a deck builder. It is a game that we recently reviewed, and that is the Valley of the King.
Okay, I had this on the list, not in your top 5 though.
Right. Valley of the King. So first of all, deck building is one of my top 5 favorite mechanics. I love deck building, and this game does it right. I think this is like the first game to do it properly. Okay. You can just efficiently build your deck. You can trash cards out of your deck easily. Well, it's not trashing, but it's entombing them. And you need to entomb cards out of your deck in order to score points. Yeah. But these cards have abilities on them and money values. So you want to keep them in your deck so you can use them. But it's that deliberation of, man, I can't keep it in my deck. I got to score it. And you can only put like 1 into your tomb every round unless you're using special card abilities.
So you need to start early.
Yeah, you need to start early and putting them in there. And they score based off of sets. So you need sets of all the same color, which means that you need to be putting these set cards slowly and efficiently into your tomb over the course of the game. But you want to keep them in your deck. Yeah. You don't want to put them in there. Yeah. So it's this struggle to find that median between keeping it in your deck and using it for its awesome powers and putting it in. And I love it. It's the best deck builder out there in my opinion.
This one shot up there pretty
high for you. Oh yeah. Yeah. It kind of was a late bloomer. Yeah. I played it a couple times, and then within the last 2 to 3 weeks I've played it an additional like 12 times. It's sitting at 13 plays right now, and the new expansion's coming out in 2016 here. I'm gonna buy that hands down. Yeah. It's a nice cheap game here in Canada. It's $20 I think in America it's like 13 or something like that.
Yeah.
So for a light, compact game that is an awesome deck builder, it's an auto buy. And the theme, Egyptian theme, is my favorite theme of all time too.
It is,
one of my favorite themes.
Yeah, I think it is. It does do it right for a deck builder.
Yeah.
Like I think it's a good game. I'm not as over the moon about it as you, but I do think it does a lot of things in deck building, and it does it right.
Yeah. So that's my number 4. Moving on to my number 3. My number 3 is a game that I can't remember if you introduced me to it or not. We both own it. It's in both our collections. We both own all the expansions.
You introduced it to me.
And that is Seasons.
Yeah.
Seasons is it's such a great game. Drafting game. You're drafting magical spells, and you need to get them out into play to activate their abilities, kind of Magic the Gathering style almost. You're trying to gather components so that you can put them into play.
Not only do you draft the cards at the beginning of the game, you also draft the dice.
Exactly, every round. And there's changing of seasons, so you have different elements that you have access to as the seasons change. You can kind of control the pace of the game, about how fast you're moving through the game, to speed up or slow down for catch-up mechanics, or trying to end quickly if you have the lead.
Yeah.
It's so good. I love it. I just love this game.
It's I had this as your number 1.
Ooh, yeah. It was my number 2 for quite a while.
But yeah.
It's slid down slightly. I was actually surprised it wasn't on your list.
It is a good game, but I just, like, when I think about it, sometimes I just don't have the energy or something to play it.
Right. Interesting.
And I think it shines as a 2-player game. And I think I've played it too much as a 4-player game.
Interesting.
Because I much prefer that back-to-back. The time is also significantly lower. There's a lot more chaos in a 4-player game.
Yeah.
Like with all these different abilities that you got to keep track of what people are doing.
True.
Whereas if it's a 2-player game, it's more head-to-head. You can see what the other player is doing. It's easier to keep track of, and the pace of the game just clips along.
Right.
So I think
the problem with that is I think a lot of the attack cards, the attack familiars, are best with multiplayer. So a lot of those cards, they don't activate as frequently as they need to make them worthwhile in a 2-player game. So you need to kind of pass those up and just like not care about them, which maybe that's not an issue. But
yeah, I still find there is some attack cards, but it's more like, are you going to be doing the strategy? Whereas like thieving fairies, like if you throw that down in a 4-player game, it's gonna be doing something. It's gonna wreck someone's day.
Yeah, exactly.
But that just means that if you want to do that whole gear tapping strategy, someone's gonna have thieving fairies,
right?
And they're gonna wreck your day with it. And you're just like, well, I can't really execute that strategy great because someone put down this card.
Because there's only gonna be 2 in the deck. The deck's probably like that big.
Yeah.
So it might not come out.
It might not.
Neither of them might make. I don't know.
But anyways, I prefer it as a 2-player game.
Right.
The reason that I just don't want to play it is because I played it too much as a 4-player game, and I don't really like it as a 4-player game.
Right. And I've played this game 39 times. I love it. I want more expansions for it.
Yeah.
And I want to keep playing it. I love it. So that's Seasons, my number 3. Number 2 is a game that we both own. It's a game that you have the new edition of, and that is City of Iron.
Got this one.
Awesome game. We've already talked about it at length in your video. For your top, it was in your top 10. 6 through 10. Great game. Lots of options. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
So much fun.
Great
it's
game.
Such a tight game. Favorite Ryan Lockett game. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for him to beat that. I want his next
game to be better.
Yeah, like I want him to go back to that kind of heavier type game, because I feel that his more recent games are much more lighter, not as much depth, and I want him to go back and I want him to design this like crazy in-depth Euro game.
Yeah.
And I want to play that game.
Yeah. Want to play it? Do it, Ryan. So that leaves my number 1. My number 1 game I've only played 10 times. Do you know what this game is, Jeffrey?
Rococo.
Rococo is my number 1 game. I love this game. Yeah. It's Oh, I love it. It is so good.
Okay.
If you haven't played it, get past and the theme is blocking you, get past it because the game is so tight, so cutthroat, and I mean it's a bit of a deck builder.
Yeah.
It's almost worker placement as you're putting guys out, occupying different slots for bonuses and majorities, area control. There's just so much going on in this game, and I love it. Every game, I'm sitting there going, "No, don't do that action. That's my action. I want to do that."
Every time.
Every game. I've never gone through a game where that hasn't happened like 5 times.
Yeah, but you go in. It's not like some games where like it'll just come out of nowhere and it'll annoy you.
Yeah,
it's like they're going to do that. Yeah. Like someone's going to take the action that you want to do.
And you want to take it, but there's something else that's a little more pressing.
So you beat yourself up in the end.
Every game.
Every game.
But I love it. I love it, and I just want to play it more. I can't wait for the expansion to come out. That's coming out this year. It's supposed to. The necklaces, jewelry expansion, something like that. Excited for that. My number 1 game, Rococo. Can't give it enough praise.
Yeah,
go out and play it. Go out and buy it right now.
Great game. I will agree with your number 1.
Okay.
Actually, I didn't have much to disagree with in your top 5.
That's right, because it's awesome.
Because I have some bones to pick with you.
Well, okay.
First of all, I got 8 points. We tied.
Yeah.
We 27 points.
27 to 27.
Wow, we know each other the same.
Yeah.
Same amount. I had Cutthroat Caverns in your top 5. You talk about how much you love this game.
Yeah, but I never play it. Like well, actually, here's the thing. If you paid attention to the intro video, Jeffrey, where we talked about I had to have played the game within the last year, I have not played this game within the last year.
Yeah, I forgot.
So it could not make my list.
Would it have though? Had you have played it in the last year?
Close. I actually think it's sitting in like the 26 range, the high 20s. Like I really enjoy this game. It's a lot of fun, but no one will play it with me.
Yeah,
I can't play it
for good
reason. I can't enjoy it. Thus,
doesn't make the list.
Doesn't make the list.
And the other one that I had that I thought for sure would be on your list, Sentinels of the Multiverse.
Oh yeah, that's another one sitting right there at like 26-ish.
Is it again because have you played it in the last year?
Yes, I have. Yeah.
Wow.
And the problem that I have with that game is that it is the most fiddly game in the universe. In the universe, there is no other game out there that is more fiddly than that game.
In the
multiverse, you would say. There, like I challenge anyone to name a more fiddly game than Sentinels of the Multiverse. I don't think it's possible.
Wow.
And though I love the game, it couldn't make my top 25 because that frustrates the heck out of me.
And then the last one that I thought for sure would be on your list, but isn't, is Pathfinder, the adventure card game.
And that was right on the precipice. Man. It was so close. And the game has problems with if you are poor at rolling dice, you can just like get destroyed. Like some
people are just poor at rolling dice.
Yeah, like when I played it with you, we played 2 games in a row and you just died outright because you failed like the first combat.
I have the poor dice rolling gene.
Yeah.
That's why I don't like dice combat because I know it's statistical. I know that it makes no difference.
Yeah.
But I just suck.
Yeah.
At rolling dice.
I actually downloaded the app for this and played it just last week, and I lost the very first scenario because I was rolling like crap on the app. Yeah. Like every time it was just like one fail, and that's because of that flaw. Even though I love the game and it's a fun RPG adventure, because of the fact that you can just outright fail
from a dice roll.
That's problematic.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
All right, well that's
it. That's
your top 25 games.
Top 25 games all time.
2016 edition. Your 5 through 1 was good.
Let us know in the comments down below who you agree with. If you've played these games, if we missed a game and you think it should be on one of our lists.
Maybe we haven't played it.
Yeah.
Give us the benefit of the doubt, people.
Benefit of the doubt. All right, thank you guys for watching all these videos. If you have, if you just watched this top 5, shame on you. Go back and watch the rest.
All right, and we'll see you guys next time.
Yeah, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff.
All that stuff.
All right, take care, guys.